Okay, go.
Hello, my name is Emily Moxley and I did my music presentation on Brazil. I interviewed Brenda Cures and she is from Hualalpacero, Brazil, and she has been in the US since fall semester of 2018. So she came to Liberty and that was her first time being in the US. I asked her how American culture has impacted her taste in music, and she said, I used to listen to a lot of American songs so I could learn English before coming here to Liberty. And she said that was one of the most helpful things that helped her learn English, and that it was easy for her because she learned how to understand English when we talk fast. So it was more of a helping her listen more, and that was very beneficial for her. She also said, we do listen to American music in Brazil because it is popular globally. And she said, overall, my taste in music hasn't changed much except for country. She said she listens to Brazilian music and American music, but since coming here, she started listening to country music, and she said that was heavily influenced by her dating her very southern boyfriend, who had a very big impact on her kind of making her love country music. And then I asked her what are the different music tastes of those who are 10 years old, 20 years old, and 30 years old. And she said 10 years old, most people listen to pop music from the US or K-pop. I thought that was pretty interesting because you don't think K-pop would be such a big deal in Brazil, but apparently it has been having such a big impact, especially now. And she says it's just gonna get more popular as the time goes by. She also said 20-year-olds have a bit more diversity in Brazilian music. Bands and duos Anaverto, Maria Mendonça, as well as bands like 21 Pilots, Taylor Swift, and Shawn Mendes. 30-year-olds are a bit more geared towards Brazilian music and more towards the Brazilian music and the traditional side of it all. They don't really know English that well, so that what hinders them from listening to music outside of Portuguese-influenced music. And then I asked her what other cultures impact the music and cultures in Brazil, and she said Brazilian people are very settled and are happy to live there, but you can see a ton of influence from different cultures, especially Spanish cultures. The Spanish culture is impacting more now, in my opinion. I think that's a big deal because Brazil is surrounded by Spanish-speaking countries, and even though Brazil speaks a different language of Portuguese, that impact is very heavily influenced there. And she said the biggest influences are Portuguese, English, Korean, and Spanish. Korean, again, has to do with the K-pop that is being a lot more introduced there. The dance culture. She said the dance culture was very, very, very big in Brazil, as we can kind of tell. She said the music definitely impacts dances. Brazilians are very, very creative. For almost every new popular song, they find ways to create parodies, little choreographies, memes, and more. Besides that, we have two main holidays that have a big impact by music dancing, which is Sinhawala and Carnival. They both have specific type of music to it. So Halo specifically also has a lot of dance moves attached to it, while Carnival is more like freestyle. I would have incorporated a video of Carnival, but it doesn't really follow the Liberty way. So I incorporated this picture, which you can see from the elaborate costumes that it is very influenced by different cultures. The Carnival of Brazil is an annual festival held between Friday afternoon before Ash Wednesday and Ash Wednesday, which marks the beginning of Lent. Rhythm, participation, and costumes vary from one region to another. In southeastern cities, Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo have organized parades that are led by samba schools. And northeastern cities like Olinda and Salvador have organized groups parading their streets, and the public interacts directly with them. Carnival is heavily influenced by African Brazilian culture, which you can see through the costumes that have influenced by African culture. And you can see that more when we look into the different popular instruments of Brazil. This is one of Brenda's favorite songs from Brazil. It's a love song, and it's a bit older, she said, but she said it's one of the most popular ones, and it's basically a group of three singing like, you are a four-leaf clover, you're a free Sunday morning, a rare and good conversation, a piece of a dream that makes my will to wake up, for life. Play a little part of it. We're starting over.
No!